out there. Welcome. It is season 3 of the Adam Jones podcast. We're presented by the Baltimore Banner. I'm Jerry Coleman, sports director of, this podcast's favorite radio station, 100.7 The Bay. They promote the hell out of this podcast. He's the former 5-time MLB All-Star, Adam Jones. Today, AJ, we reached episode number 86. We're going to be joined by Orioles top prospect, Enrique Bradfield Jr. Looking forward to catching up with him. We'll also talk about your visit to Baltimore from the minor mini Orioles reunion you had over the weekend. There was a stop, I'd say a pit stop in Hampstead, also known as playing golf with strangers, and an update on how things are going in Bowie, because you also visited that part of the state as well. In addition, we'll provide you a chance to win a $50 gift card courtesy of Lido Pizza during Socially Speaking. But as always, we bring in our featured guest. He is sponsored by Jimmy's Famous Seafood, where I'll talk about where I was with Buck Showalter a little later. He is Enrique Bradfield Jr. Enrique, thanks for taking the time, especially on a game day. Love the shirt for those watching on YouTube. For those that aren't, get on YouTube. Anyway, how have things changed for you in your life since you've become a professional? And just getting a little taste. You did get a little taste during spring training and a little taste after being drafted at Camden Yards of the big league show life.
Yep. It's been real fun. It's just kind of going through the days, figuring out what you like doing, what fits you, what you can make as part of your routine, and using that just to get better every day. It's a constant grind. It's a process. There's going to be good days, bad days, but nonetheless, it's all working towards the goal of being a major leaguer.
As a guy who's not a college player, who didn't go to college, can you take me through the college routine versus the professional routine? Because this is a job now. College, You got a little bit of leeway, call mom and dad. This is a job.
It's much different. Going to Vanderbilt, it prepared me for the baseball aspect of it, the competition. You go out there every Friday night in the SEC, and you might as well be playing in a AAA stadium in front of 10 to 15,000 people. So it's very much more so environment based that can bring out the competition. But then you move into pro ball and you get back into playing in front of not that many people at the lower levels, in some smaller cities. The facilities aren't as good, and it's a challenge. You really have to kind of work your way back to figure out, hey, this is what works for me. This is what I need to do. In college, it's all about the win. It's all about the team. Moving into pro ball, it's more so your development and in the minor leagues. So that's probably the hardest thing to really grasp, going from college to the minors.
You hit on the equipment and the facilities. Obviously, you just seen, you went to Vanderbilt. You guys have state-of-the-art. SEC everywhere, Arkansas. Georgia just opened a $40 million golf facility.
Yeah.
What? So you go from that to pro ball. I went from high school, so I didn't even know, but I went to Wisconsin. I thought it was going to be the pros. I'm like, there's deer in the outfield. How was that? Just again, that mental transition. Like, look at, hey, you said it's about development now. It's not about the wins in college. It's about development, because the ultimate goal is to get to the major leagues. No one cares how many A-ball championships you win.
Right. Yeah, it's just it's completely different. And no matter, I had a ton of teammates talk to me about it and the process of what it looked like. No matter how many conversations I had, you don't know until you actually walk in those shoes and you get to see it for yourself. So it was just it was completely eye-opening. It took some time for me to get adjusted to. Obviously, the schedule is a lot different as well. Today we had an early day, but that's, for the most part, that's pretty rare throughout the entire year. You have only a couple of those, but pretty much you're at the ballpark from 2 o'clock to 9, 10 o'clock, maybe even later. And that's every single day that you're doing that. So it's much different than college.
So you mentioned some of the former players that you were able to talk to. And again, the last 15 years, Vandy has been one of the powerhouses of baseball. So who are some of the guys that you've been able to lean on for some advice?
A lot of guys, Vanderbilt wise, there's so many I can name, but Tony Kemp is a guy for me personally that he's been awesome just being able to be around. And I spent a lot of time with him in the off season at Vanderbilt, and I'll probably see him again this coming off season. But Tony's a great guy. He's beloved by everybody, every team that he's ever been on. So he's that type of guy that you really want behind you. He brings a lot of good vibes, good energy. But just the conversations that I've been able to have with him on how things have changed from the time he was coming through the minors till right now, what I'm experiencing, how he's doing. Obviously, he's still playing and he's doing his thing, but he got 6 years of service time. He's a big leaguer. He's valuable. That's something that's as hard as exactly how hard it is to do, to be around for that long, and he's still going. So that's just a testament to who he is as a person and what he brings to the game.
Enrique, when talking about your attributes, would you say the top two assets you have are your game-changing speed and your defense, and maybe power is something you're working on, or maybe it won't come at all?
Yeah, those are definitely my top two attributes that I have in my arsenal right now. I'm working towards some different things, but power is not really a focus. I'm not going to be a power guy ever. I think that's something that's apparent to myself. I know that, I'm aware of that. I feel like a lot of people are, but there's definitely different levels of damage that I can do that I know I'm possible. I'm going to be able to achieve in the future. I'm just working to clean up some smaller things right now and just constantly getting better every day. And in a year, 2 years, I'm excited to see what the bat's gonna look like, because I know that there's more in the tank.
With the game changing speed that you have, what has the organization told you in terms of running? As they say, have they told you, hey, get on and go, be as aggressive as you want? Or have they said, hey, sometimes rein in the situation? Or again, like you said, it's the minors. If I get thrown out, it doesn't matter. I'm here to develop myself and run as much as possible.
Yeah, I'm trying to blur the line between reckless and safe, I guess you can say. But no, definitely at the lower levels, it was just get on and go, get on and run. Now at double A is really where I'm starting to learn some about the game, about how pitchers and catchers try and manage the run game, different things that I can do to get an advantage while I'm out there on the bases, working with Billy Facto here. He's been awesome. We look at the counts, we watch video leading up to the day on the pitchers throwing that night. So it's definitely been a fun experience getting to kind of expand my knowledge when it comes to base running.
So, with your game changing speed, what has the organization told you in terms of running? Have they said, hey, be smart, rein it in, or hey, look, get on and we need you to go? As you said, the minors is about development, not actual numbers.
Yeah, I want to blur the line between reckless and aggressive. I really want to get as close to reckless as I can, but being smart and aggressive at the same time. At the lower levels, it was definitely just get on and run and see how many bags I can get. Now that I'm in double A, it's starting to figure out different parts of the game, different things that pitchers and catchers may do. So working with the staff here on kind of picking up on tendencies, looking at counts, looking at the game situation. All those little things can help dictate a situation and what I do. So it's kind of picking up on, hey, the pitcher has this type of move right here. If we see a slide step, shut it down. If he goes with a high leg kick, just keep going. And it's just kind of working through those things every day and trying to really kind of expand my knowledge when it comes to base running.
Where is the fun in your repertoire? I mean, how much do you utilize that as a weapon?
I would like to use it more. I would like to use it more, and that's something I think is important. It's a different aspect. Going back to last week, I think on Sunday, I got a bunt base hit my third at bat of the game, and it actually drew the third baseman in way closer. He came in on the grass a couple more steps, and I hit a ground ball over the third base bag, and that's a free double. And it's just like different things like that. The bunt just opens up the field for you. You're gonna have more room. So it's like really trying to work that into my everyday game, every opportunity I get. If I get a good look, I'm gonna try and get one down.
The new rules of stealing bases. I don't know if they've reached to Double A level yet, but do you know the ones in the major leagues? Obviously, the bigger bags can only pick over twice. You pick over 3
Yep.
times. You have to get them. Are those the same rules in the minors? And if you get to the major leagues, do you think you can run wild with those rules?
Oh, 100%. We have the same rules now. So I've been playing
Okay.
with those new rules, the bigger bases, since I got into pro ball. But I think there's a good chance that I could be running free when I'm up there. I'll take myself over anybody when it comes to that. So I think that's a high possibility. But it's just really going out, doing my thing. If you do your homework and you prep, I'll be fine.
How much
You think you
attention?
can run faster?
Right.
You think you can run faster on major league infields? The dirt is better. The cleats seem to be better. The grass is better. Your feet don't
Cleaner
slip.
dirt.
It's no divots. You can't none of this on the. It's just smooth. You think you can
I
get
guess we'll have
faster on
to.
the major league?
I guess we'll find out. We'll find out soon.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're hoping
Let's
so.
go.
Absolutely.
More coming up on the Adam Jones Podcast, but first a word from our sponsors. The Adam Jones Podcast is brought to you by our friends at the Weinman Company. Everyone knows Greenmount Station in Hampstead, but did you know that at Greenmount Station you can bet 7 days a week just like you're at the track? With in-person teller windows and state-of-the-art touchscreen kiosks. And with Greenmount Station's brand new Bet Park Sportsbook, you can bet on all other sports as well, wherever you are in Maryland. Spreads, money lines, live bets, props, parlays, and teasers. The Bet Parks Maryland mobile app is now live for Apple and Android devices, so you'll never miss your next big score. Just search for BetParks MD in the Apple App Store or on Google Play. And for a limited time, 21 and over Adam Jones podcast listeners can get a $75 gift card to Greenmount Station simply for opening a new account with promo code GMS and a minimum $50 initial deposit. $75 gift card for new users in Maryland only. 21 and over only. Please play responsibly. For help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. The Adam Jones podcast is brought to you by Jimmy's Famous Seafood, Charm City's favorite crab cake destination. Local sports fan? Experience the ultimate pregame party at the tailgate. Cheer on the Ravens with iconic live performances, an open bar, and mouth-watering eats. Can't make it? No worries. Bring the same food that caught the attention of the Food Network right to your doorstep. Shipping East Coast recipes nationwide. Jimmy's Famous Seafood is the official sponsor of the guests appearing on the Adam Jones podcast.
Take me out to the ball game.
Take me out with the crowd.
Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks.
I don't care if I never get back.
Marylanders are adding a seventh-inning stretch to their day with fast play home run riches from the Maryland Lottery. You could win a progressive jackpot instantly and enter to win cash for Orioles home runs.
It's my new ball game.
Hey, it's savings season at Lido Pizza. 99-cent refreshing iced teas all summer, or $6 calzones every Tuesday. There are tons of new deals and rewards for everyone. Proud partner of the Baltimore Orioles, Baltimore Ravens, and the Adam Jones Podcast. Lido Pizza, a local legend since 1955. Exclusively at LidoPizza.com or on the Lido Pizza app.
Now, how much are you paying attention to what the Orioles have done with their minor leaguers and the guys that have been promoted? I mean, some of these guys were drafted ahead of you that have already jumped to the major league level. How much do you keep an eye on that?
Yeah, I think it's normal to be able to keep an eye on that stuff. A lot of the guys that have reached that level, I've spent time with as teammates, whether it be like summer ball or USA baseball. So I'm happy for those guys. That's a great opportunity for those guys, and in their journey, that's where they are. But I'm running my own race here, so I'm working on my game, my development, and where I see fit. So that's awesome, but I don't pay too much attention to what's going on around me.
Awesome. And I wanted to ask about the promotion from high A to double A. I remember getting promoted high A to double A middle of the season. They came in and it was great to be able to be recognized and that, hey, I'm moving in a positive direction. What was the conversation with you like, and how did you feel leaving that conversation, knowing that, hey, I'm progressing in the proper manner, just like you just said?
Yeah, the conversation was awesome. The staff in high A, I spent 4 months with them, so it was a lot of learning experiences. a lot of good days, bad days, tough conversations. That's all a part of it. So it's a little bittersweet hearing that you're going to be moving on to the next step. You're obviously very excited, and at the same time you're sad to leave the guys in the clubhouse that you've spent a lot of time with, and you spent some good moments and memories with. But the conversation was just, hey, you've earned it. This is what you've been working towards. This is just another step in your development, and we're excited to see what you're going to be able to do, and just go have fun doing it, and don't forget who you are. That's pretty much all it was for me.
Enrique, what was it like to have Adam come pay a visit? And do you guys sort of, I don't know, dress nicer, behave better? When you get a special visit from perhaps a former player or even the GM, Mike Elias, when you know they're coming, it's like with me, when I knew that we were in class and we were going to have a special visitor, everyone would act a little better.
Yeah, I don't know if we dress different, but it was definitely cool, especially being my first home game in Bowie. And I hear Adam Jones is coming through. I'm like, all right, cool. Like that's pretty sick. Obviously, I'd met you before, Adam, in spring training, and just having you there, we had some great conversations, and you were able to teach me some things during the game that happened. And it's just, those are the memories and the parts of the game that people don't think about and don't see. It's you getting to give me some pieces of knowledge that you've learned over the course of your career that helped you, and it's like I'm getting a chance to learn that in AA now. And it's like maybe another person doesn't learn that till they're in their third or fourth year of the big leagues, or they just don't learn it at all. So it's obviously a very cool opportunity. I'm grateful for you coming down and being willing to spend your time with us and teach us as well. But it's just always great to have people with a lot of experience in our sport.
I appreciate that today. That's what I'm here for, man. I told you, I'm a resource. I had my career. My numbers can't change unless there's like they go back and do something. But like I wanted to be down there because look, I love baseball, but I want to see the Orioles. I keep talking about this talent. Bradfield's here in AA. Oh, it's a good time to see. Beavers is here. Burns, the shortstop. I like Burns. I like him and the shortstop, second baseman. They switch a lot. I like both of those guys. But I just wanted to be around the game, and I wanted to just smell the dirt, smell the grass. If I seen something, that's why I said a few things to you. I watched the game, but you play the game with such grace. You play it great. But there's little things that, again, I've seen before. We talked about the play with the man on first base, down right field line. It happens. It's small things like that. Again, like you said, I learned that in my third or fourth year in the major leagues. You're getting to learn it in AA. So it was a privilege.
Now, hey, I want to know what you recall, Enrique, because the Orioles a while back posted this great photo of you holding up this foam finger, number one finger as a youngster. I mean, do you even remember any of that or recall any of that?
I do. We were in the area. I believe my sister had some honor roll trip that she made in middle school, and we actually came up. We went to DC, we went to Baltimore, so I got to go to both stadiums. We didn't catch a game in DC, but we were able to catch a day game in Baltimore, and we sat up in the 200s. So that's where those pictures come from. So that's a very fond memory. And I don't know why my parents dressed my sister and I like they did, and there's some regret in that, but I guess that's a conversation for another day. But it's just a full circle moment. It's like after hearing my name called by Baltimore, that was the first thing that popped in my head. I'm like, we got to find those pictures. Like, those pictures are awesome, and they're somewhere in this house. So we did some searching, we found them, and we got them over to the Orioles staff, and they used it on social media, which I think was a great part of the story as well.
They had a crystal ball. Yeah. Parents had a crystal ball.
Yeah. So growing up, who are your favorite players? Obviously, you get to Florida boy. Who's your favorite players? You got the Braves in your category. You got the Orioles. You got the Yankees.
See, I was a Marlins fan growing up. Hanley Ramirez was my guy. You see, I watched a lot of Marlins games, and I remember those teams. I remember Giancarlo Stanton when he was Mike Stanton, Mike Jacobs.
Man, I feel old.
Yeah, Jorge Cantu, Dan Ugla. Those were my guys. Cody
Papa.
Ross. So it's like those are the players that I remember the most. Young Christian Yelich, young Real Muto, and it's like
All the
those
guys
are
the
the
Marlins
players.
got rid of.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like everybody that the Marlins gets rid of goes on to have a great career elsewhere, but that's
Cost too much, baby.
yeah, you know how it is.
But they got a few championships out of it. I guess you were alive for at least one of those, right?
I was too young to remember even one of those, so yeah.
Oh, he was a baby in 03.
Yeah, I'm the back end of 01, so I was young.
Baby of 03.
Yeah.
Enrique, we've had some unbelievable guests on this podcast, and those that played baseball, I always ask them about a weird or strange minor league occurrence in your young career. You got anything you can share?
Yeah, definitely. Earlier this year, we're in Brooklyn playing the Cyclones, the Mets High A affiliate, and I'm playing left field. There's a wall, like a nice tall wall right behind me, carnival going on in the background, and I hear a fan yelling at me, and I'm confused because I'm like, nobody from behind left field should be able to see the game. And I turn around, and somebody actually put their hand through the wall. There was a bottom area where there was like some wooden board, and then the padding of the wall that took it up to the top. And this guy is literally putting his hand through the entire wall. And I guess he can see the game, and he's yelling because he's chirping me about what's going on in the game. And he's like, I think they had scored like 6 runs in 1 inning, and he's chirping me. And I'm like, hey man, like, I'm just out here doing my job. I'm not the one up there. And he has his hand through the wall. So that was probably one of the weirder things that's happened to me in pro ball so far.
I want to ask about your father's influence and your mother's, obviously. Your dad played college baseball. How is his influence with just the overall, just the mental part of the game, handling the failure, just handling baseball as a sport and a life? How's his influence been for you?
Yeah, his influence has been, it's been kind of him and my mom right there the entire way pushing me. You know, he has understood what it took to play at a high level. You know, he plays some college ball. He didn't get to play professional, but he still understood a lot about the game. So growing up, he was the person that I always went to. You know, we would go to the field together. He was my coach. He was my coach all along. Then we get to high school. He kind of took that step back, and he turns into more of an observer and helping me out in these subtle moments, but allowing me to receive instruction from other people, which I thought was equally as beneficial to me than him coaching me through my younger years. So it's just I'm grateful for the relationship we have, the opportunities that he has given me to be able to play this game, surrounding me with the people that he surrounded me with growing up. It's just been it's been amazing, and I'm forever grateful for him and my mom. It's been a two-way street between both them, and they've done it together. So everything you see right here is because of those two human beings. So
Enrique, hey, we're grateful for the time that you spent with us. Best of luck, and we look forward to seeing you in Baltimore real soon.
No, thank you guys. It's an honor.
Thank you.
All right.
More to come on the Adam Jones podcast after these messages. Effective Solutions, your one-stop shop for commercial contracting. Everything from excavation and site development to emergency remediation and restoration. Effective Solutions specializes in many forms of commercial and mixed-use construction. With a dedicated staff and a commitment to quality, Effective Solutions delivers every time. There are a lot of ways to make whiskey, but there's only one way to make Jack Daniels. At Jack Daniels, they charcoal mellow every drop, only using water from Cave Spring Hollow in Tennessee. When you make your own label, you make everything else yours too. But we don't need to tell you that, do we? Make it count. Jack Daniels. Please drink responsibly. Tennessee whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Jack Daniel Distillery, Lynchburg, Tennessee. Jack Daniels and Old No. 7 are registered trademarks. 2022. Jack Daniels. All rights reserved. The Adam Jones podcast welcomes Relief Shop. Shop Maryland's largest adult use and medical cannabis menu, located at 1114 Cathedral Street in Baltimore, with medical delivery available throughout Maryland 7 days a week. Only at Relief Shop.
Your fun awaits at Hollywood Casino Perryville. Feed the whole crew with something for everyone, from cheesesteaks to crab cake sandwiches. Plus, ask how you can get a $15 dining credit. Get in on the gaming action with the hottest slots and your favorite table games like blackjack, roulette, and poker. free live shows every Friday and Saturday. Come experience nonstop fun and excitement only at Hollywood Casino Perryville.
Hey Baltimore, Monument City Brewing has been crafting the best beer in Maryland since 2014. Located at 1 North Haven Street in Baltimore, you've seen us at the ballpark. Now drop by our tasting room. Open Thursday through Sunday with events, music, and great food trucks. And this year we are honored to collaborate with Adam Jones and the Adam Jones Podcast with Simply AJ Ballpark IPA, available throughout the baseball season. It's going to be a great year, Baltimore. Visit us online at monumentcitybrewing.com or follow us on Instagram at Monument City Brewing. Keeping Baltimore safe is an incredibly important job, and protecting those who keep us safe is equally important. The Baltimore Police Department leads the nation in supporting its officers with innovative wellness programs, free fitness classes, counseling services, citywide discounts, and more. Right now, the BPD is hiring. Join now and receive a $10,000 signing bonus upon swearing in. Build a meaningful career in public safety with the BPD and get the support you need to serve Baltimore effectively. Apply now at bpdrecruit.org. It's the perfect time to check out a spacious and reliable new Toyota SUV. Like a RAV4 with available all-wheel drive and plenty of cargo space, you'll go from errands to adventures in no time. Plus, available features like wireless charging will keep you connected. Or check out a Highlander with seating for up to 8. It's a hub for family adventure. Your Toyota dealer is getting new vehicles in stock regularly. So don't wait. Find deals on a RAV4 or Highlander at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. And now back to the Adam Jones Podcast.
There he is. And we'll talk about your trip to Bowie a little later in the podcast, Adam. Time now to get to For the Birds, sponsored by the Maryland Lottery. Hey, when you play the Maryland Lottery, set limits. Never play when you're stressed and know your odds of winning. To learn more, visit mdlottery.com/play responsibly. Must be 18 years or older to play. Enrique qualifies for that. He's older than 18. We, of course, had Nick Markakis on the podcast last week, Adam, where he talked about being trapped in a tent with J.J. Hardy and his induction into the Orioles Hall of Fame. How was it for you to be back around the guys, the old teammates? It was sort of an unofficial reunion last weekend.
I mean, it's always great to be around the guys. It always is, and it's cool now that, again, we all have kids. We all have busy schedules. We have jobs. Some work, like O'Day works with the league. You got guys who are a lot of movement parts. But it's still awesome to be together every once in a while. You know what I mean? Obviously, in that setting, we're all more comfortable. Obviously, JJ and Nick are going to go hike a mountain to go chase this goat or deer or bear or something. And they're going to be a little bit more intimate than we were in the clubhouse. But it's always great to be around the guys because it's, no matter if it's 1 year, 1 month, 3 years, 5 years, we get right back together like it's nothing. And, like me and CD, we were in Weeders, and Martin Danny had Markakis, then Jim Johnson. Like we're there together. So we all grew up together. We all know each other before kids. So it's always great to get there. And now we all got kids, like I said, and it's just a full circle. We are all talking about what our kids are doing, not what we're doing.
And now the mingling also goes on because, there were sightings of Nick and Chris Davis walking the club level. You, of course, for that Fox game against the Astros a week ago, were sitting in the stands, front row, of course. But what's it like sitting in the stands, watching the game from that area?
Well, I got to sit with Dennis, so Mr. Weinman. Sorry,
yeah.
So I got to sit on, and he's been telling me you got to sit in our seats. You got to sit in our seats, and you know what? They were great. And he told me that no one bothers you, like it's secure. And it was fantastic. Again, I knew a lot of the guys from the Astros, so it was always good to reacquaint myself with them. Talking, again, they're in a game, so it's always a real quick, how you guys doing? Keep it up, stay healthy. It's always the positive stuff. And no, it was great. I don't mind it. Only thing is that, sometimes the fans don't allow me to just be a fan. I'm a fan now. I remember when I was in right field, standing in the right field deck, I just wanted to have a beer, watch the game, and just relax, just watch the game. And it was cool for the first few minutes. The guy next to me was like, he had to take a double take. He was like, I won't blow up your spot, bro. I won't blow up your spot. But man, this is cool. I was like, just drink, keep drinking. And but you know what? It's like I said, since I'm retired, I have time. As a player, I felt like I had to be somewhere. As a retired guy, I have time. Now, do I want to take a picture with every single person I encounter? Hell no. But do I have time to take more pictures than I used to? I do. Do I have time to sign more autographs than I used to? I do. And do I do that? You've seen it. I do. So Again, it's always appreciative to be around Camden, being around Baltimore, being in the area. People are so nice. They just are so appreciative of what I did between the lines. So it's like now it's like, hey, I grinded my ass off for all them years and they appreciated that. So it's like, it's now retired player. We can shake hands. We can have a beer together and talk as normal people and have the access that they didn't have as when I was a player. So it comes full circle. Like I said, somebody said they're not, one day they're not going to be calling your name. They're not going to be asking for your autograph. They're not going to be saying nothing. You're going to walk by them and they're going to say nothing. So the longer you stay, relevant, stay nice, not a prick, then, it's good. I think good things happen. You see what our sponsors, you see what the growth of everything is. It comes from just being a nice guy as a player and then stretching that into a human, just being a nice human.
Well, I know our sponsors appreciate that, as do I, although you're not always nice to me, but that's a different story. I did hear from Buck Showalter, though, and I'll talk more about this in the podcast over at Jimmy's Famous Seafood last week. And he was talking about the durability of you and Nick and how in awe he was of that. Now, getting back to the whole Hall of Fame ceremony, did you allow yourself for a moment to imagine what it'll be like when your day comes?
Well, no, because it wasn't about me. I think a lot of people were like, your day is coming. I'm like, well, you know what? The voting still has to happen. There's still a process. Again, I know we can guess what's going to happen, but I think you still have to put it in perspective and they still have to vote you in. This was about Nick, and I was so happy that he was able to get his flowers from the city, from the fans. I know he left, and it was just obviously business and how that worked out. But for him to be recognized back here, a place that he started his career, he played the first 9 years of his career. He played the Oriole way better than anybody I think of my generation. So I think it was just great for him to get his flowers and be deserving. It wasn't about me. It wasn't about Adam Jones. It was about Nick Markakis, and I'm just so happy that that everything went great. His family was appreciative. His father, I haven't seen his dad in a while, and his dad was appreciative. He hadn't been there in a decade. His mother was happy. Like everybody was just so happy. The youngest kids didn't really understand it, but then got his oldest who remembers all this stuff. So it comes full circle, and it's just a great moment for the whole Markakis. It was great to see his brothers and all the whole family, the extended family that's in Maryland. Like it's full circle.
Now we got to work on the other inductee, the Crow, Terry Crowley. He's on our list.
Yeah.
He's on our list. And we'll talk about it.
Got to get King. That's going to be a tough one. You don't want to talk
about where he hangs out in just a moment as we travel beyond Baltimore, national and sometimes international perspective. It's all brought to you by our friends over at Relief Medical Marijuana Dispensary, where they go above and beyond to help you. And you can find Relief at the Jimmy's Famous Tailgate, or tailgoat as they call it, for these football and sometimes baseball games. And speaking of Jimmy's, I do want to give a big thanks to Big Mike. He was awesome. He always is. Everyone who came out to see myself and Buck Showalter last Sunday, what a night. The food was even better. I think I sent you a shot of some of the to-go items. And I'll be eating.
Your to-go items, huh?
Yes, yeah. I got 3 days worth of food. All right. Now, you certainly went beyond Baltimore, as we talked about with Enrique. Let's get into your journey to Bowie and why you went.
Well, first off, I just was in town, and I just told the Orioles, like, do you guys mind if I go and check out a Bowie game? I just want to go as a fan. I didn't want to sit in the dugout. That was last minute and kind of orchestrated by me, but not jokingly. But it was amazing. You know what I mean? Like to just be in the dugout again and put on some pants, be around the guys. I mean, you hear the smack talking and all that kind of stuff. And those guys just like so, and they're in a zone. They're in a zone. These guys were ready to play. And like I didn't want to cause any distraction. Didn't want to be anything that I'm not there. All I wanted to do was be a resource for them. I told the coaches, I went into the manager's office. Hey, I know the coach real well. I said, do you mind if I hang out with you guys? And it's like, man, you do whatever you want to do. And they always say that. But I always feel like I'm not a coach. I'm not a staff member. I'm not one of the guys instructing these young kids. So I'm just here as a resource. So if the kids come up to me, cool. But I don't ever want to extend something like see someone hitting and be like, hey, do this and do that. I never, ever would ever want to step on anybody's toes. But I just was trying to tell them, hey, if you need questions, anything, like let me help if I can. I asked the outfield coach if I can tell Bradfield, tell Beaver something. They was like, yeah, please tell me whatever you see. Well, obviously with him right there so that he can understand what I'm saying also. And, that's what I was there for. And, if I was able to talk to the pitchers, able to talk to the middle infielders, able to talk to anybody, whoever had any advice or questions. Again, the ultimate goal is for them to get to the major leagues. None of them, I don't think anybody in the minors wants to be a great minor league player. That's not the goal. The goal is to get to the major league. So I'm just trying to help these guys any way I can in the small little niches. I can't help Bradfield be faster, but I can help him think a little differently. I can help this guy think a little differently or see something differently. That's all I was there for.
Now, did being back in that minor league environment evoke some memories for you, both good and bad?
I had great memories of the minor leagues, but I mean, I played 2.5 years there. I never played in Bowie. I've been there. That was my 3rd time ever at Bowie. It was not really. I mean, I remember, but see, the thing is, I remember the struggle, and I try to tell those guys that, look, it's hard. It sucks. And that's why we talked about it with Bradfield, is that these guys go from top-notch programs to the minors, and the minors aren't sexy by one stretch of imagination.
So he has to make his own bed. He has to make his own.
Oh, you got to make your own bed. Yeah, for sure. So I'm just trying to just give them, bits and pieces, just bits and pieces. And again, it didn't really strike any memories to me because I wasn't there that long, and I know that the minors sucked because nobody wants to be there. The goal is to get to the major. So I just try to. Again, that's my whole mission, guys. Nobody wants to be here. You want to be in a bigs. You want to be on a charter. You want to be on a damn sleeper bus going from Bowie to Akron. I don't know how long it is, but I know it's 3 states over, and I'm good with that.
Right. It's like, going for a colonoscopy. No one looks forward to that. All right. We discussed your passion for, I don't know why I used that, maybe because I may or may not have had one recently. We discussed your passion for golf. Even with strangers, even playing with strangers, you played with another, I'll call him a newbie, and finally visited the legendary Greenmount Station out in Hampstead, Maryland. Tell us about that journey and stopping at the station.
Well, golfing, I went to go golf Oak Mountain Green with a guy named Ryan Canfield. He's the president and founder of Victus Wealth Management. Again, I told
future sponsor of this podcast.
Maybe a future sponsor, maybe. But I told him, I bet these guys, and I'm seeing what these guys are doing. I see the response. I click on your profile, see what the hell you're doing. And we chatted, we got each other's numbers, and we talked about just how often he plays golf. He's a big charitable guy, and we had amazing time. We golfed with 2 other dudes, which was awesome. Only bad thing is these bastards told me that they were Balvenie reps at the end of the damn match. And if and it's crazy because their account has Jack Daniels also. Yes,
another
exactly. So I was talking to them about the single barrel, but we waited to the 14th hole. We don't got that much time. Why didn't we start this on the second hole?
Yeah.
Why didn't we start on the second hole? But no, but the time was great. He wasn't creepy, and again, I would probably whoop his ass. Maybe taekwondo and whoop my ass. I don't know, but I felt safe on the golf course. Maybe I could run away, scream for help. But then going to Greenmount, obviously, this is the place of Terry King of Swing Crowley.
He's a regular there, I hear. Yeah,
he's a regular. I heard he's a regular, and he wasn't there that day for some odd reason. And I went in there, and it's obviously it's gambler's heaven, but it reminded me of me being real young and seeing my grandfather with all his friends. When my mom would take me to go see him when he was basically at a Greenmount Station back in the day, betting on horses. Now it was a little bit different. It probably was illegal back in the day when they was doing it, writing things down and all that kind of stuff. A little different accounting going on back then. But it reminded me of that. And I'm just like, man, these bring back good memories. And then obviously the great people at Greenmount, they got me a nice, lovely beer. And next time I get back there.
You were not hungry.
No, I wasn't hungry. I wasn't hungry, no. But the next time I get up there, I'm definitely going to have me some crab cakes. The staff was great. Everybody was great. Saturday, I was there for about an hour. And just had a great time. You know me. I integrate myself with people.
Yep.
I talk to people. We were able to watch a little bit of the baseball game that was on and just have a good time. Again, like I said, I got time to hang out a little bit. And if the beer is cold, I might have 2 hours.
Man of the people. All right, let's get personally speaking. And this is the portion of the podcast where we answer a tweet or something on X, social media posts, whether it be Instagram or Facebook as well. And you earn a chance to win a $50 gift card, courtesy of Lido Pizza, proud partner of the Baltimore Orioles. Also, Lido Pizza, the official pizza, the one and only pizza of the Adam Jones podcast. And we are at Adam Jones Pod on social media, at Adam Jones Pod. So you were posting on X the other night about while you were in town after Anthony Santander belted his latest grand slam against the Astros. Man, was that a shot that woke up Baltimore. We got this from @O's fan from NC. I presume that's North Carolina. He chimed in saying, Adam, you are truly a great person. I guess he doesn't know you that well. I can tell you from your social media and from listening to your podcast and following you while you were playing in Baltimore, you deserve it. And I hope you're enjoying a wonderful life. I live and die with the O's, and I sure needed last night.
I mean, Santander has been unbelievable. How do you you have to resign him, right? Don't you?
I would think so.
He's
having a career year. Right time for him.
And he's made you make hard decisions. So that moment was unbelievable. And again, I think, obviously the Baltimore was having a little bit of offensive woes, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Come on. You're still fighting for the division. Okay. Let's be honest with ourselves. But I think that moment was amazing. But these moments that you see have been created by the athleticism of the team, by the hustle of the team. And these, again, you're not always going to have 4 for 4 days. We know that. But there are good 0 for 2, 0 for 3 days if you beat out the ball to break up a double play, if you were able to sacrifice a guy, or if you're able to get the guy over by hitting the ball to the big part of the field, driving in an RBI. There's ways to contribute to a game without getting an actual hit. And you see that with a lot of guys on the team. Sometimes they're not getting hits, but their athleticism keeps them involved and their defense. So moments like that are a culmination of other guys doing exactly what they need to do to get to the big fella. If one guy is off that link, you don't get to the big fella. Every link right in some aspects have been in online. That's how you get to situations like that. You get to situations with Jackson getting able to get a big hit in a big situation because you got the hustle of Cows. You got the hustle of Gunner. You got the hustle of Adley. You know what I mean? You got the hustle of everybody to where they extend innings to where other teams, that inning might be over. And it's just fun to see them continuously stretching. Like I told Cowser a long time ago, I said, hey, you're not going to hit 370 like you started out your first 30 games. What you're going to do is you're going to be dynamic every single night. And you could run, you could bunt, you're going to struggle. That's just part of the game. You're going to get hot. That's all part of the game. But you could be dynamic. You can run. You're a big boy with legs. You can move. You can do all these things. And you've seen that. He's extended innings. And he's not the only one. There's tons of guys on his team. And by them doing that, those are games, like I said, they're winning games that sometimes in previous years, they would lose because they didn't have that athleticism. So it's just fun to watch them on a daily basis. I know people get frustrated with everything because, if your team doesn't have 8 runs and 17 hits every single night, they suck. But to me, end of the day is the W's. That's all that matters to me. It doesn't matter at this point about individual batting averages. And I know the players don't care about that. They care about wins.
Yeah, looking forward to September and October baseball for sure. Mm-hmm. We do want to thank our sponsors and always appreciate their support. They made this podcast go.
The Adam Jones Podcast is brought to you by our friends at the Weinman Company. Everyone knows Greenmount Station in Hampstead, but did you know that at Greenmount Station you can bet 7 days a week just like you're at the track? With in-person teller windows and state-of-the-art touchscreen kiosks. And with Greenmount Station's brand new Bet Park Sportsbook, you can bet on all other sports as well, wherever you are in Maryland. Spreads, money lines, live bets, props, parlays, and teasers. The Bet Parks Maryland mobile app is now live for Apple and Android devices, so you'll never miss your next big score. Just search for BetParks MD in the Apple App Store or on Google Play. And for a limited time, 21 and over Adam Jones podcast listeners can get a $75 gift card to Greenmount Station simply for opening a new account with promo code GMS and a minimum $50 initial deposit. $75 gift card for new users in Maryland only. 21 and over only. Please play responsibly. For help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. The Adam Jones podcast is brought to you by Jimmy's Famous Seafood, Charm City's favorite crab cake destination. Local sports fan, experience the ultimate pregame party at the tailgate. Cheer on the Ravens with iconic live performances, an open bar, and mouth-watering eats. Can't make it? No worries. Bring the same food that caught the attention of the Food Network right to your doorstep. Shipping East Coast recipes nationwide. Jimmy's Famous Seafood is the official sponsor of the guests appearing on the Adam Jones podcast.
Take me out to the ball game.
Take me out with the crowd.
Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks.
I don't care if I never get back.
Marylanders are adding a seventh-inning stretch to their day with fast play home run riches from the Maryland Lottery. You could win a progressive jackpot instantly and enter to win cash for Orioles home runs.
It's my new ball game.
Hey, it's savings season at Lido Pizza. 99-cent refreshing iced teas all summer, or $6 calzones every Tuesday. There are tons of new deals and rewards for everyone. Proud partner of the Baltimore Orioles, Baltimore Ravens, and the Adam Jones Podcast. Lido Pizza, a local legend since 1955. Exclusively at LidoPizza.com or on the Lido Pizza app. Effective Solutions, your one-stop shop for commercial contracting. Everything from excavation and site development to emergency remediation and restoration. Effective Solutions specializes in many forms of commercial and mixed-use construction. With a dedicated staff and a commitment to quality, Effective Solutions delivers every time. There are a lot of ways to make whiskey, but there's only one way to make Jack Daniels. At Jack Daniels, they charcoal mellow every drop, only using water from Cave Spring Hollow in Tennessee. When you make your own label, you make everything else yours too. But we don't need to tell you that, do we? Make it count. Jack Daniels. Please drink responsibly. Tennessee whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Jack Daniel Distillery, Lynchburg, Tennessee. Jack Daniels and Old No. 7 are registered trademarks. 2022. Jack Daniels. All rights reserved. The Adam Jones Podcast welcomes Relief Shop. Shop Maryland's largest adult use and medical cannabis menu, located at 1114 Cathedral Street in Baltimore, with medical delivery available throughout Maryland 7 days a week, only at Relief Shop.
Your fun awaits at Hollywood Casino Perryville. Feed the whole crew with something for everyone, from cheesesteaks to crab cake sandwiches. Plus, ask how you can get a $15 dining credit. Get in on the gaming action with the hottest slots and your favorite table games like blackjack, roulette, and poker. Free live shows every Friday and Saturday. Come experience non-stop fun and excitement only at Hollywood Casino Perryville.
Hey Baltimore, Monument City Brewing has been crafting the best beer in Maryland since 2014. Located at 1 North Haven Street in Baltimore, you've seen us at the ballpark. Now drop by our tasting room. Open Thursday through Sunday with events, music, and great food trucks. And this year we are honored to collaborate with Adam Jones and the Adam Jones Podcast with Simply AJ Ballpark IPA, available throughout the baseball season. It's going to be a great year, Baltimore. Visit us online at monumentcitybrewing.com or follow us on Instagram at Monument City Brewing. Listeners, tell your friends. The Baltimore Police Department is hiring the next generation of officers. Starting salary is over $61,000. Plus, you'll receive an additional $10,000 signing bonus upon swearing in. Apply today to start your career in public safety. This is a great opportunity to serve the city you love and start a career that makes a difference in your community. Apply now at bpdrecruit.org. It's the perfect time to check out a spacious and reliable new Toyota SUV, like a RAV4, with available all-wheel drive and plenty of cargo space. You'll go from errands to adventures in no time. Plus, available features like wireless charging will keep you connected. Or check out a Highlander with seating for up to 8. It's a hub for family adventure. Your Toyota dealer is getting new vehicles in stock regularly, so don't wait. Find deals on a RAV4 or Highlander at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
So to some degree, to senior executive producer Chip Franklin, thank him for putting this latest episode together. Chip likes to vacation in Nantucket, which reminds me of a rhyme. Roses are red, violets are blue, and so is Chip. Hey, go out and subscribe to the Baltimore Banner. Until next time, be real, be kind, and make sure to be back next week for another edition of the Adam Jones Podcast.